Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jerove, the only Jerove in the world. Google it, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why burnout is not real. It's simply because you are not doing work that is fulfilling, it's not aligned with your purpose, and you're not working towards becoming your highest self. So I'm just gonna play this clip real quick by Grant Cardone, and we'll dive right into it.
I don't think that people burn out. I think it's impossible. I'm not a piece of wax. I'm not a can. So the burnout thing was put on us by people that quit already. Yeah. You're going to burn out, dude. You're going to burn out. Burnout is never about work. Nobody burns out because they work too hard. Oh, you're burning the candle at both ends. I'm a spiritual being. I create energy. This is irresponsibility. Like, I've never met a human being that was made of wax. You know? Oh, yeah, but burning at both ends. You're a being. You're a being, okay? Like, quit saying something's happening to you. This goes back to cause and effect. I create energy. And I love your example of the kids. Okay? That kid can play that game. It's always a game, though.
Yeah, all day, all night.
It's always a game. There's nothing that entertains people more than a game. And so when I was 18 years old, man, I was playing a game called Asteroids. I would play $80 of it a day because it cost a quarter every game, right? I'm just throwing them in, doing anything I can to get quarters so I can dump them into this game. And I was trying to get to the next level. Look at how people play Candy Crush, 700 levels, and they're still looking for the next level over and over. It's games, man. And that energy doesn't run out until you hit boredom. Because you can see a kid play a game too long, and then they start getting like kind of smashed in, and their attitude gets bad because they've been playing that same game too long.
Yeah.
So I know that as long as I'm interested, not for me, not passionate.
What's the difference for you?
Well, for me, I need to be able to win the game. If there's a chance I can win, I'll be excited about the game. If there's no chance to win, I have no interest. So for me, the idea that I'm going to follow my passions is a little bit diluted for me. I think people are looking for their passion. I would not follow my passion. I would follow the wins.
Right. So you're saying there's things that you can really enjoy, but you don't think you could win. Is that what you mean?
I think I think that if there's no victory, the passion is a little bit narcissistic. Like, oh, I'm meant to be an artist. Maybe ain't nobody buying your art. Nobody's buying it. All you're doing is stacking art. Okay, it's so selfish. I do this for me. Makes me feel good. 7 billion people on this planet, man. Yeah. Like, if you keep all this to yourself, sooner or later, you're just going to look like a junkyard around. And at some point, you're going to see this person cave in depression. And it's like where do you get the art out? Like, you know, like I love watches, right?
So do I.
Yeah, most of my watches end up on somebody else's arm.
Yeah.
Like, I had it for a while, I loved it for a while, and then I'm like, here, you have it.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, it needs to get out. And I have a victory in it.
Yeah.
I see it on somebody else's arm, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And so if I write a book, and the book doesn't get sold, I'm not going to be excited about that book. I need the book in the hands of other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I buy real estate and I can't actually make money on it, I'm probably not going to be excited about that game very long. Every time I buy a piece of real estate, I'll lose money.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, you know what, I ain't got any passion for real estate. You know?
Yeah. No, that's I like that because it's more specific. Because a lot of people say just do what you love.
I would tell people to follow the money. That's what I would tell people.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
But
follow the
in a way that in a game you maybe enjoy and you've got some interest in.
Maybe you enjoy it, maybe you don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're not going to enjoy it if you never pay for it.
Yeah.
If the world will not reward you, if the world will not say, here, I want to exchange something I find valuable with something you do, you know, you might want to look at a different thing to do. Because if it's valuable, people will pay you for it.
Cool.
Hey, Grant Cardone.
Cool. So that video was by Grant Cardone, and he's one of the people that I take inspiration from. One big thing that I recommend with you guys is when it comes to consuming content online, try to limit it to like 3 to 5 people that you study their principles, because if you're consuming too many people's content, then you're not going to be able to have your own thoughts. You can have too much chaos, and chaos in your life will manifest through your business and whatever it is that you do on a daily basis. Now, let's go back to the point of this video of why I truly believe burnout is not real. If you are burnt out, it simply means that there is a misalignment issue between what you do on a daily basis and what you truly desire to do as your highest self. And the thing is, I myself have literally been grinding for the past 5 years on myself. Like, ever since I moved from Halifax, which is a small town in the north of UK, to London for university, I've always been broke, right? I didn't grow up with a rich family. I didn't have money growing up. And the thing is, I made the most of what I had. No matter how shit my situation was, I always found a way to be very resourceful and efficient with the finite resources that I had. And I never, ever worked. And the funny thing is, this time, let's say, how long ago was it now? It's 2024, January now. 2019, oh my God, 5 years. Oh my days. So 5 years ago, this time 5 years ago, 2019, January, I'm going to throw up some content here and some screenshots if I can find it. But essentially, my student finance did not cover my rent and my living expenses. And I didn't have a job. I never worked in my life. And it wasn't because I had a privileged upbringing, it was because my parents told me to focus on school, focus on university, get good grades. And whilst I was at university, I was very, very grateful that my parents supported me and they gave me £50 a week. And for those that live in London, that is barely anything, but I managed to make it work and I managed to survive. So long story short, I was unable to pay my student accommodation because the government finance wasn't enough to cover my living expenses and my rent. I was crying because I didn't have enough money, and it was just before the second round of student finance hit. I was in my first year of university studying economics, and I remember being in my room crying. I was like, how am I going to make money? How am I going to get out of this rut? What I then did was like, all right, cool. I can't just sit here and cry. So let me find a way to make money. What did I do? I went to my network. I asked people that I knew that had a job, how can I work? How can I make money? That first job that I did was working in VIP hospitality. What I would do is go to exclusive events. I would serve celebrities. I would serve high net worth individuals in places like the O2 Arena, which is right behind me. It's crazy that I have that as a view now. But yeah, I would get paid around £8.50 an hour to be a box waiter. And the thing is, when you go to these exclusive events, these stadiums, these arenas, they all have a VIP section. And at these VIP sections, they spend so much money and it is worth a lot. This is where people go and they have a good time. Let's say the normal tickets of an event cost £50 to £100. These people are spending 10K minimum per night. And this is my first time working and making money. I was grinding. Like, I needed the money. I wanted to be able to study and stay in London, because I was even speaking with my parents and they were like, oh, you might have to come home because we can't afford to help you. So I was like, no, I want to stay in London. I get what I want, whatever I put my mind to. So I did this job. I would do a ton of shifts all around London. And one thing is, I didn't get burnt out, because although I was working crazy hours, I was clubbing 4 times a week whilst I was at university, still turning up to my 9 a.m. lectures and still picking up shifts and still going to the gym and still exploring around London, because on my Instagram it looked like I had money even though I didn't. I just had very, very good friends that looked after me. I simply did not burn out because it was fun. It was fulfilling. And as Grant Cardone says, I ain't no candle wax. I don't burn. I don't melt. And the thing is, it was because reverse engineering what I went through. It was simply because I was enjoying what I was doing. Although I was only getting paid £8.50 an hour, although I was on my feet all day long, working long ass hours in between university, living my life as a student, and being able to go ahead and maintain my grades and make money, I was enjoying the process. It was fun. I made friends at work. It was my first time working. I met celebrities. I met cool people. One of my first ever shifts was right there at the O2 Arena. I was serving on the floor of the Brit Awards in 2019. And I spoke with Calvin Harris, Dua Lipa, Maya Jama, and like all these other cool people I would watch online. And one thing that I realized is these people, these celebrities that everyone puts on a pedestal, are normal people like you. That was my first epiphany moment when I realized, okay, cool, these people are famous, they're successful, they're rich. What's different between me and them? They just stayed consistent and they stayed true to themselves. Well, to be fair, not everyone stays true to themselves when it comes to the online space, but successful people are just normal people like you and I. They have just stayed consistent, and those that are at the top are the ones that are able to do work that is fulfilling and it doesn't feel like work, because they know that the reward at the end of the grind that they put in is worth it. Now, let me go back to this scenario, and specifically you watching this right now. If you're feeling burnt out, it's simply because you do not have alignment with what it is that you truly want to do. So what I recommend you do is take a piece of paper, go into your journal, get a pen, and write down your dream life, what it looks like, what work you want to do, what is fulfilling, and what you can wake up doing every single day that you would genuinely enjoy. Is that creating content? Is that taking sales calls? Is that booking appointments for someone? Is that working as a lawyer, as a doctor? What is it, right? You need to write down and create your reality, because if you put your mind to it, you can create your own reality, guys. Trust me. I've literally been homeless. I have done door to door during winter, and it's really cold here in the UK. I hated it, and I got burnt out when I was doing that, but I didn't get burnt out when I was cleaning kitchens in exchange for free accommodation. Why? It's because I knew I was only going to be there temporarily, right? I knew that I was going to be able to look back at this and document the journey and be able to inspire other people. I had that vision in the future and I knew it was going to happen. And the only thing that's stopping me from getting there is being the highest version of myself today. And what I did during those tough times when I was grinding, working my hospitality job, I was homeless, I had to clean kitchens and toilets in exchange for free accommodation. The thing that kept me going was at the end of my shift, I would go straight to work because I knew that if I worked hard and it was on something that I genuinely wanted to do, I was going to make it out, right? And if you are still doing work and you feel burnt out, it's because you simply don't like the work. So you need to reevaluate your situation and be able to do what it is that you want to do. This is easier said than done because not everyone has the luxury to do work that is fulfilling and do what they want to do. If I told you you got paid $1 million every 3 months for cleaning kitchens and toilets, taking out the trash, would you do it? 99% of the time, I'm pretty sure you would. And the reason why in the process of you cleaning the kitchens, cleaning the toilets, taking out the garbage and doing the filthy hard work, the reason why you won't get burnt out is because you know that at the end of that grind, the reward is greater than the pain that you're going through because you're going to be given $1 million every 3 months. Now take that concept into your own life right now. I had that same mindset, that same vision that if I grind on this right now, I literally clean kitchens and toilets for free accommodation whilst trying to make my agency work, whilst trying to make a name for myself online. I didn't get burnt out. I was doing crazy days. I would be on 4 hours to 5 hours sleep, and I do not recommend it. Sleep is so important. But I wouldn't burn out because the work I was doing was fulfilling because I knew it was only temporary. Now, if you feel like there's an endless loop, there's an endless cycle of you doing the work and you don't feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, there's no sunshine at the end of the storm, then you're doing the wrong thing. So reevaluate, take a step back, find out what it is that you truly want, and then get after it, whatever it takes. I take a lot of risks. You can take risks if you want, but my stress tolerance is so high that the average person that would have gone through what I went through would not be able to survive. I know that for a fact, hands down. Because there were so many times where even after making money, I would lose it. I could feel sorry for myself. I could do things that are irreversible that I don't even want to mention about. But I kept going because I knew that this was temporary and I gamified my life. Life is a game. It's just like GTA. You create your dream life, and all these people that are spending so much time on games, maxing out their characters, do it in real life, right? Because this is the only life that we live on this earth. That's what I believe. And you must do work that is fulfilling. And every day that goes by where you're not doing fulfilling work is just time wasted. So to summarize, if you're working long ass hours and you don't feel like there's an endless cycle and you don't feel like the reward is great enough, yes, you will burn out. But if you're doing the same amount of time, the same amount of work, but you know that at the end of the work, there is a huge reward, that, my friends, is why I never will burn out. It's because I know that the work that I'm doing is fulfilling, I'm having impact on other people, and I know that what I'm doing is worth it. So make sure that whatever it is that you do, you need to make sure it's aligned with what you want to do and that it's worth it. So I hope you guys found this video valuable. Thank you for your time, and let me know what content you want to see. So expect a lot more videos. I'm going to be making a lot more raw videos like this because I want to inspire you, because my goal is to inspire at least one person to become the best version of themselves. So if that person is you, please reach out to me on Instagram in the DMs. I will have a conversation with you. And 2024 is all about being of service to the world, because as a byproduct of providing value into the world, you get rewarded handsomely for it as a byproduct of the goodwill that you put out there. So that is it from me. Stay hydrated, stay motivated, stay blessed. Deuces.